Welcome to our open house. My name is Jim Hollinger. We're glad you're here with us. I've got a co-host. His name is Marcos. He is a new person, is being trained to become a presenter. And so, Marcos, you always want to open up with an open house. Now, do you remember why? I've told you before, but do you remember why you want to do an open house?
Well, I believe it's to kind of put people at ease and so that they can see the different
yeah, and another thing about an open house is you're not putting anybody on the spot.
Right.
They can stay for your open house, or they can get up and walk out. Okay,
walk out of the house.
Are expecting some special offers, so we don't want to disappoint them. And the first thing they want to know is, well, what's this all about? And so we want to be able to share that with them. And we introduce CryptoCoin and CryptoSense. This is about CryptoSense and Bitcoin and our mentoring team. This is my office. This is where I'm broadcasting from. This is where Eric walked into, and he's sitting right here next to me at my desk. And so this is our training center. And what we do is we teach people how to make money. And that's what he stopped in for. He had a message on his cell phone that said he may have won some Bitcoin. And so he stopped in and saw my Bitcoin sign and says, "What is this?" And so that's where we're going to go here, all right? We're going to be explaining to you what it is, but let's talk about people first. I heard on the news a month ago that 76% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. And when I hear something, I always want to do my research. So I pulled up the internet and I searched paycheck to paycheck. And what I found out is it was wrong. It's now 78% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. And look at this. 37% of people making over $100,000 don't know what they're going to do if they have an emergency. If they blow a tire, they don't have the money to buy a new tire. And most people say, well, if I was making $100,000, I'd have enough money to buy a tire. But they're tapped out. So it doesn't matter if you got a lot of money or a little money, you can still be broke. And so what we want to do is we want to help people meet those unexpected expenses. And let's talk about education first, because you need to understand education. There's a big push on everybody going to college, okay, and getting an education. When my kids wanted to go to college, I said, what do you want to do? They didn't know. And I said, well, when you figure it out, then you can go to college. And my son said, I want to be an engineer. And I said, okay, now you can go to college because you know why you're going. Because if you're going for a party, I'm not paying. Okay? And so, but what's the difference between a college education and a trade school? When I first started work, I was going to go to a trade school. Can you tell me the difference? Marcos, what's the difference between those two?
Well, in a trade school, you can earn as you're being trained. And in a college, you have to, you can get an outside job, but you can't learn your profession until you get your degree.
Yes, and what I did is here again, I went to the Internet. The Internet is a great tool because you can learn so much here. And I pulled this up. What's the difference between getting a 4-year college degree and going to a trade school? All right? When you go to college for 4 years, that means you're not going to be going into the work field until you're 22. If you go to a trade school, you can get started when you're 18 and earn while you learn. All right? It's going to cost you about $127,000 average cost of a degree if you go to a state college, $33,000 for a trade school. When you go to work and you're trained and you're ready to enter the field, okay, at mid-level entry, you're looking at about $45,000 with a college education, $42,000 with a trade school. Well, for the difference that you spent, you might want to consider a trade school. But what if I told you we could give you an education, Eric, for $179.95 that would put you past all of this? And you do it in less than a year.
That would be awesome.
Eric,
not only to myself, but to a lot of other people.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and let's go back to our presentation. Now, what we want to do is we want to introduce to you something that's different. The Internet was made for people to learn online. We used to call it the information highway. Well, it still is. It's the king of information. You can learn just about anything you want online. But what's the difference is we not only teach you, but we mentor you. It's not enough to learn the stuff that's online. You have to apply. So, Eric, when you came in here, I want to ask you a question because we haven't talked. You just came in just before it started, so I said, have a seat, okay? Do you know anyone that could use extra money for anything? Yeah, okay. Well, that's the question you want to ask people. You want to ask the people you know that question, and you know what most people are going to say? Yeah, me, okay, just like you did, just like Marcos did. And so that's the question you want to ask. And I'm going to show you how you can take $179, all right, about $225 right in there, and turn that into anything that you want to raise money for. Maybe you want to pay rent or buy a home. Maybe you want to remodel your home. I'm in the middle of doing that because I want to flip my home. I want to get something bigger and better. And so it doesn't matter what you want to do. That's one of the most popular projects that we have that people really like. Would that be something you'd be interested in knowing more about?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and move forward. Marcos, I'm sure that's you too, right?
Correct. That's right.
All right, well, there's some things that you need to know before we get started. Number one is we work with Bitcoin. But we don't go out and we don't go buying it. We earn it. Now, a lot of people have heard of Bitcoin, and because I have a guest here, I'm going to, favor him also with you, Marcos, because he doesn't know what Bitcoin is. Bitcoin is an international money. It's accepted around the world, and there's no government, no bank that controls it. It's like the Internet. The Internet was put together for public use. There's a lot of people making a lot of money. A lot of people became millionaires, all right? But they didn't do it because of getting on the Internet. They did it because they put something on the Internet to market. And that's what we're talking about. And so Bitcoin is a product, and it's an international money. What we want to do is we want to make Bitcoin, and some people heard bad things about Bitcoin. They say, you know what? I heard it's going to bust. It's going to go broke. Well, it's not going to go broke. All right, but if you want to believe that, that's okay, but we're going to protect you from that. Why? We're going to earn Bitcoin, and let's say you earn $10,000 in Bitcoin. We're going to teach you to take $8,000 out and put it into something that you'd like gold, okay, or like paying off your debt. That way you can save money on your interest. So you're making money with Bitcoin, but you're paying off your debt, paying off that house, making the payments on the house. And we start out simple, and it just gets bigger and better. Now, the next question you should be asking me, well, how do you do that? Okay, here's how we do it, folks. We add to our team. We have two ways to make money. If you want to make money and you don't want to invite anybody, we can teach you how cryptocurrency works. That's a course that we teach and you can take. Or you can say, how do I raise money? How do I raise money for my special project? Well, that's what we're going to be talking about the most right now. So either way you can go. But if you do and choose to work with putting your money to work and raising money, there's something I want you to know. The other one requires you to bring in no guests. You don't have to invite anybody. You just take our course. You're going to get paid, if you can believe this, you're going to get paid to take our course. Okay, you're going to receive a reward for taking our course, and when it's completed in 1 month, you'll have about $1,500. Okay, and that's being here an hour a day, once a week at least. So say that out loud. He's got his hand up. He said, "I'm in." Okay, and it's very important, Eric, to understand this. And Marcos, people need to know that you bring in one guest and you invite another one. If you say, I don't know anybody that needs money, I don't know anybody that's interested, then I'm going to say to you, you don't want to do this. Do the other one where you get paid to learn. And then after you earn the money, then you'll be more comfortable in stepping up. But let's go a little bit farther. A lot of people say, well, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to get started. I notice you've got a cell phone with you. Can I ask you a question? Do you go on the Internet with your phone?
Yes.
Look at this. We're going to show you how to use your cell phone to get your guests. You're going to send them the same open house video that we're recording right now. You're going to send this to your friends and say, hey, take a look at this and let me know what you think. That's simple. And then when they say, Eric, I want to know more about this, you're going to say, be on the webinar tomorrow at 10 o'clock, and we'll tell you all about it. The next thing that I talked to is a person, she's a farmer. She raised vegetables. She raised fruit. She took it to the farmer's market, and she sold it. A farmer's market is a co-op. Well, we're kind of like a co-op too. We work together, and because we work together, we get more done, save people money. And that's what she does. I said, well, you already have a co-op. You're already making money. What do you want from me? And she said, I've heard about this, and she said, I'd like to raise $250,000 to start a real co-op food store. I don't want to have just fruits and vegetables. I'd like to have canned goods, milk, bread, the whole works. And she said, I need to raise about $250,000. I said, we can do that. And she said, well, I have a ministry to support, and I need to first thing I need to do is get in the truck. I said, why? She says, well, at the end of the farmer's market, I donate the food that I have left to people that want it, to people that need it, and I don't charge them for it. I don't charge them any delivery. They don't have to buy it. I just give it to them. As a matter of fact, I've been doing this so well that I need a new truck and gas money because I make a lot of deliveries the next day. She was running out of food, and she said to the other farmers, if you have food that's left over, that's not going to keep, what's it going to do by the next week? Right. Okay. She said, I'll donate it. You can donate it to the cause. I'll donate it to people for you. I don't charge them anything for it. And you can take it off your taxes as a donation. Well, if you donate money, does that come off your taxes? Yeah, and donating your product comes off your taxes. So talk to your tax accountant how to do that. I said, but you need to do something. And she said, what's that? I said, you need to know you've got to invite 2 people. And she said, I can do that. She said, as a matter of fact, she said, I know 3 people right now that would do this. And that's what these bubbles here represent. Okay? So she said, I got 3 people. How do I get started? I said, well, you just did. Okay? Then what you're going to want to do is when we're done here, you're going to want to join us and get yourself started. And then you're going to want to show this recording to other people. So she said, okay, how do I do that? And I said, with your phone or your computer. You send your friends an email or you send your friends a text message and say, hey, check this out. And so that's what you do. Next person came to me, and he walked in the office just like you did. All right? So this works. He came to me, and he said, listen, he said, Jim, he said, I'm an insurance agent, and I'm a Little League coach, and I'd like to help the Little League raise $1 million this year. I said, $1 million? I said, I've been a part of your fundraisers before. You've never raised $1 million. He said, well, we want to build a new ballpark this year. A ballpark for kids that are challenged, which means they need special ramps, special restrooms, okay? But they want to play ball, all right? They want to be like the other kids because they don't look at their handicap as a handicap. They look at it as something to overcome. And so that's what they want to do. And he says, so how does this work? I said, well, Bob, I said, in the past you've come and you've had fundraisers and you've come to me and you said, hey, you want to buy some pizzas to help the kids? Yeah, okay, cookies, candy, every year different fundraiser. I said, with us, you're going to change your fundraising. You see, you're asking people to give you money. I want you to turn that around. If somebody came to you and said, I want to help you, how many of these kids in Little League are going to be going to college? Would you guess? Marcos? How many of them you think would go to college or get married? Most of them.
Most of them, yeah. Most of them,
yeah.
Of course.
All right. Well, what you're going to do is you're going to say to the parents, we can help you fund your child's education. We can help you fund your kid's wedding. And you can say to the kids that are there, say, we can help you fund your honeymoon. Okay.
They'll go for that.
They want to go on a honeymoon. They want to have a nice time. And so we can help them do that. And Bob says, okay, that sounds interesting. What do we need? I said, Bob, I'm going to ask you to give me 2 people. But I said, with your team, how many leaders do you have that would step up and help us organize this? He said, well, I can think of 4 people. And you can see I just put 4 people in that group. I said, all right, what you want to do is this year when you introduce your fundraiser, you want to invite the people. You want to have them come in. And then we'll explain this for you. Or we'll train somebody there to go ahead and explain the fundraiser. And if any of those parents this year, instead of buying candy, which they don't want their kids to have, they can go ahead and donate Bitcoin to your group, and then you guys will have your ballpark within a year. And he said, sounds good. Sign us up. And so that's what you do. We were talking about college. Did you know that last year student loans paying off college debt is now the largest debt category in the United States? It passed credit card debt.
That's unbelievable, isn't it?
It is, because people have gone in debt, and you know what's happening? They're graduating, and they can't find a job in their trade, and they're going to work at McDonald's. I mean, it's incredible what's going on here. Well, we can help them to pay off that college debt. And last year, the fastest growing category in our business was paying off student loans. It grew 417%. So it grew
that is awesome. I'll tell you what, I think it's just beginning with this type of information. I mean, the colleges would be almost advertising this in the hallways, you know.
Well, that's exactly what happened. The students told another student, right here, I'm going to put it up here. You got to tell how many people? 2. And I said to the gal I was talking to, I said, do you know 2 people? She said, yeah. I said, tell them about this, and they will make a donation to you. You see, when you get paid working with us, you get paid instantly, and you're going to receive a 0.02 Bitcoin, which right now is about $175, $179. And you're going to receive that. When Bitcoin goes up, you get more. If it goes down, you'll get a little less, but you're always going to make your Bitcoin. And what we teach you to do is pay off the student loan, and then with 80% of the money you receive, put it toward your student loan, and then let the rest keep working for you. So
wow, that is really something. That's really something. What I wanted to ask you, so what if I know more than 2 people? Can I continue to invite?
Well, how many have I invited here?
Well, you invited 2 that I know of.
No. How many have I invited?
Oh, 2. Me and
No. Look at the pictures.
4.
These are real people that I've invited. Okay, 4. And I'm not done. I want to tell you about the next one. Okay, the next one is a pastor here in town that came to me, and he said, here again, saw my sign out front. He says, how does this work? And I said, Pastor, I said, how would you like to get everybody in your church out of debt? And he says, well, that's why I stopped in, because he said, I heard you can do that, and I'd like to teach your class. I said, all right, here's what's different. Instead of teaching them how to get out of debt, because you want them to give you money to pay off the church, right? And he goes, yeah. I said, we're going to turn it around. Help your members get out of debt. And as they get out of debt, and they also, don't you think they want to pay off their debt? Well, yeah. I said, do you want them to pay off their mortgage? Well, yeah. So they're going to hear about that here. So when they pay off their mortgage, guess what's going to happen to your church? Your church mortgage is going to be paid off too. But the thing that you need to do is you need to put together a team, because when you're working with a team like the Little League or the church, you want to put together a team effort. You want to support that church, that Little League, and every member in there is going to do that. They're going to become a member to support that league. Now, the Little League, they know a lot of people. They've got 35 leagues here in town, and there's over 400 kids in the league. So this one team right here is good. They're going to be able to raise that money for that ballpark real quick. Now in the church, do they know a lot of people? Yeah. I told the pastor the same thing I told the Little League. You need to put together some people who can put together the leadership team as we can help manage this and get this being taught. He said, okay, how do I do that? I said, invite them to a training and we'll teach them for you, just like what we're doing here. You know anybody that's had a medical emergency or needs any medical needs? Marcos, where were you last month?
Hospital.
Where?
In the hospital.
Uh-huh. Getting what?
Getting a total knee replacement.
A knee replacement. Do you have some expenses from that?
Of course.
Okay. We're going to show you how to help people do that. There are people who need that done, but they don't have the money for the co-pays. You can help them raise that. And all they have to do is invite how many people?
2.
2 people who tell 2 people. And we'll cover that in the compensation plan next. Next lady called me, and she said, I've heard about this, and I got a question for you. I'd like to take my kids to Disney World. And not only my kids, but nieces, nephews, cousins, and my grandparents. And can we raise money to go to Disney World? And I said, you sound a little bit concerned about this. I said, are you afraid to ask people to give you money to go on vacation? She goes, yeah. I said, no, you're doing it wrong. You haven't got the concept yet. The whole idea of this is, how many of your friends would like to go on vacation? Eric? Everybody. Most of them, okay? Marcos, how many of your friends would like to go on vacation? That's what you ask them. Would you like to go on vacation? And if they say, well, I'd like to, but I really have some credit card bills I need to take care of first, we could pay your credit card bills first then. Anybody that needs money, we can help them raise it for anything. And so guess what? She's now a member, okay? And so that's what we can do. We can help people raise money for anything as long as it's legal, moral, ethical. Next guy came to me, and he is a veteran, retired, and he came to me and he said, Jim, he said, can we help veterans who are disabled? They've lost their limbs, lost their legs, eyes. Can we help them make money working from home? I said, if they know how to use a computer, and if they don't, they can find somebody who does who will help them. Everybody knows somebody. You know, if you don't know how to use a computer, get a 12-year-old kid to help you. They know all about it because they learn it at school. And so that's his project. Now, that's what we do. Now, you earn money by adding people to your team. And if you take a look here, how many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people I've added to the team. That's going to, I went from just making a little extra money to making a lot of extra money by that, because I went one step farther. We're going to do one more thing here. I'm going to show you the next step to this, and look right up here. We're going to teach you duplication. Eric, I'm going to ask you this question, put you on the spot. Okay, we have some groups of people up here. Which group of people up here do you think could add people the quickest to a team as you look at this?
Everybody's pretty narrow. I think all of them.
All right, Marcos, what would you say? You've got the church and the Little League and the veteran guy. Okay, they can add it to together, and then maybe the farmer. Okay. Now, so what do? You talk with them, because when you duplicate, that means you're helping other people do what you just did. And I talked to the pastor, talked to the Little League, and pastor said, well, what do we get started? I said, well, let's start out with 10 people in your church to head this up. Now, they got hundreds of people in the church, so, you know, we start out with 10. And everybody's going to help the church by getting their own project. You see, everybody in the church has got something they'd like to do too. Maybe it's just a missions project. Right now, we're putting together a project in our church to send 22 people to the Honduras this summer, and so we're raising $35,000 for that. So that's what happened. So we just duplicated ourselves. Little League said, Jim, we've got the 4 people, but we can put together a team of 9 now that'll get this thing going. And it's just going to keep multiplying from there. And that's when it works. The next step of this is actually multiplication. When this starts doing this and you start earning Bitcoin, you're going to be multiplying your Bitcoin. So the next question, if you want to know, is how do I get this money? Would you like to know how to get paid? Okay, let's take a look at our compensation program. Are you still with me, Marcus?
I'm still here. Sure, I'd like to see.
Well, first of all, when you first get started, I want you to take a look at this page. It's kind of lonely because the only one on it is who? You. You're the only one on it. All right? That's because when you first get started, you're going to go into a training course. This is a training course that you're on today. This is your first training course. And we're going to teach you about money. Do you know what American U.S. dollars is called?
Fiat. Fiat currency.
Fiat currency. Okay? You need to understand that paper money is nothing more than paper and ink. And does it go up in value or down? It goes down. People are making more money today than they have in the past, but they have less spending power because everything's going up in price. Bitcoin. When I bought my first Bitcoin almost 2 years now, 2 years ago, it cost me $350. That's how much it was, $350. You know what that coin's worth today?
Oh, probably somewhere around 8 to 9,000.
But I didn't just keep my coin. I put my money to work. You see, most people go to work and they work for money. We don't teach. We teach you to put your money to work for you and let it make more money. I've made thousands of times more money than that. And the reason for it is I put my Bitcoin to work. So let's talk about how you're going to do that. Would you like to have money that grows?
Yes.
That's a question for you. And I want you to notice the question mark came up, Marcos. You want to use that. Would you like your money to grow for you?
Yes.
Eric, would you like yours to grow for you? Here's how you do it. We're going to put it to work and watch it grow. I want you to think of it as that garden. You ever plant anything? You put a seed in the ground, and if you went out there the next day and you looked at the seed and you looked and you didn't see anything, and you pulled the seed out of the ground and you say, look, you start growing. You put the seed back in the ground, and you go there the next day and you do the same thing. You say, if you don't start growing, I'm not going to give you any water. Is that going to make sense? No, it's not going to make sense. We want that seed to grow. We're going to help you grow. So the first thing you need to do is become a contributor. You know, people say, well, does it cost money to make money? Of course it does. If you said, I want to start a lawn care business, what do you got to do first?
Equipment.
You got to have a lawnmower. Okay, you got to cut grass. I don't think you want to do it with a pair of scissors. So it costs money. I don't care what kind of business you start. So yes, it does. But it's 0.02 Bitcoin, which right now is about $175, $180 right in there. But what we're going to do is we're going to, when you join up, this is now why I want you to watch here. This is you. You join first. You're going to donate to the person who, your trainer, the person that invited you. Which means if you go out and invite two people, who are they going to donate to? To you. So when you invite those first two people, okay, you're going to be paid when you do that. As each one joins, you're going to receive 0.04 Bitcoin. You doubled your money. Is that a good thing to do?
Yes, awesome thing to do.
All right, Marcos, would you like to double your money every month?
Oh, yes, I would.
Okay, you can quit right there and double your money every month. Now, Eric, if you could more than double your money, would you want to know about it? Okay, well, let's take a look at that. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and step up. I want you to notice something. It costs less money to step up than it costs to join. But instead of getting one donation, now you're going to get 4 here. You're going to receive 0.06 Bitcoin. Now, do you know how much that is? We probably should answer that question. So I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to bring up a calculator, all right? And we just go to altcoins.com. I'm going to shrink the page because all we want to see is the calculator, and we're going to use it again. So I'm just going to shrink this page so we're not distracted with what we're doing. And we're going to come over here, and we're going to put in 0.06, $510 if you did that today, right now. You started with 180, and now you've got 510. By people that you inviting other people. So that's the way that this works. Now let's come back to our chart. If you want to make $500 a month, most people, if they made $500 a month, they'd be thrilled for extra income. Housewives especially. You know, extra spending money? Yeah, I'm in. Well, you have a choice. You can keep making $500 a month, or you can step up to another level. Which would you like to do? Marcos?
Step up.
All right, so let's step up to the next level. The first 3 levels in this is just doing nothing more than getting your team started. You want to become a fundraiser. When you join, you're becoming a contributor and then an organizer. You're starting to put that team together. When you put the team together, you're becoming a fundraiser. Okay, to become a fundraiser, your donation, let's go back to the coin, is 0.03. Marcos, I need your help here. Is okay. How much? 0.03. All right. That's $255. But you're going to receive 0.03 times 8 this time.
Oh.
Okay? So that means you're going to receive up to 0.24 Bitcoin. 0.24. $2,000 a month.
Oh, wow.
Okay? And that's every month. And you can say, you know what? That's enough to make my car payment. That's enough to make my house payment. I'm good. I'm done. Okay? And you can stay right there. You don't have to step up. But this is voluntary because everybody doesn't need that much money. But Eric, would you like more than $2,000? Okay, he's looking like he's ready to stay pat. Okay,
I can't hear Eric. Is Eric audible? I can't hear him. Can you hear him?
No, he's just waving at me. Say hello, so they know you're really here.
Hey, hello.
Oh, okay, all right, all right. Hello, Eric.
All right.
Hey, it was Bear that said hello as well.
Now, we just showed you what happens here if you step up. 0.24 is $2,000 a month. I heard somebody, Bear, that was you on the phone, wasn't it? On the mic?
That was him.
Okay. Are you going to be happy with $2,000 or you want more?
Well, I'm going to be happy, but yes, I do want more.
Marcos, you want more?
Yes, of course.
Well, you've got to step up again, all right? And this time you're going to have your people, and as those people join, remember, when these people join, it's causing you to get paid again. And so some of you that just started this the week, you've already got people here on these levels. And you're already receiving money on the second and third donations, all right? We had people join our fundraiser group yesterday, and several people joining the organizer group. But let's take a look at how to get more money. Your team is growing. You're not doing all the work. Everybody's coming here together. These are people that you're hearing online that have joined, and they're coming here because they've invited other people. All right? You're going to become humanitarian. And humanitarian is going to pay you 1.44 Bitcoin. Now, where are you getting the money from to step up? Out of the profit that you made. Okay? You made $2,000, but we're going to, remember, put our money back to work?
Yes.
So we're going to put our money back to work. Let's bring up our calculator again and look at that. We're going to donate 0.09. Now remember, you're donating to the person that's helping you. So do you think you're going to get good help in our program?
Yes.
Okay. Out of that $2,000, you're going to put up $765. But you're going to receive up to 1.44 Bitcoin, $12,000. Now, Eric, are you going to stay at 2,000, or you think maybe you might step up?
Yeah, I might step up.
Okay. Erase the mic.
No, he's scratching his head now, and he's looking. Now all of a sudden he's moved up in his chair. By the way, he was sitting kind of back and relaxed, but I think he's getting a little excited here. All right, we've got one more step up, one more increase that you can give yourself a raise. You are the one who gives yourself a raise, because you see, when these people come in here next month, you're going to get that $12,000 again and again and again. Only it's going to go up because more people are going to join your team. It's always growing, every week, every month. Okay, and every month you can do it again. But you already got the whole same people there. They're following you. Why? Because they like the money that they're earning. All right, let's go to the next step here. The next step is the philanthropist. Let's talk about these words. What's a humanitarian, guys? Anybody tell me?
Oh, it's a person that cares about others.
And that's why I do this business. That's why I have been doing this. I've been doing this for 18 years. I've been helping other people make and save money. That's what I do. But since Bitcoin came around, now I help them make and save a lot of money. Okay? because here you're going to receive 8.64 Bitcoin. So let's bring our calculator up here, and we'll take a look at that. 8.64. 8.64. $73,000 a month. Would that change your life? Yeah, that would change your life.
Yeah.
Now, if you added all this money up here that you received and all this money that you've spent.
Whoa. Hold up, Jim. I say 12,000 a month changes 98% of the population's life. This is beyond a wild man's imagination to make this kind of money, which we all can if we just apply ourselves.
Now, Bear, why do we call this humanitarian? We already talked about it's helping other people.
That's
if you
right.
want to help other people, you're going to love it. Okay? If you don't want to help anybody, you're probably not going to want to even do this.
That's right. Don't get involved.
Now, what's a philanthropist?
So
what is financial freedom?
Well, financial freedom is debt-free. Being debt-free is true financial freedom. Is debt. You have no debt.
Paying all your bills and having enough money left over to do what you want.
Yep.
Our goal is to help you get to financial freedom. After you get past that, then you become a humanitarian, and this becomes I want to help other people. When you become a philanthropist, can you tell me the names of some philanthropists?
Oh, yeah, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. What's the big guy in, oh, my God, brain fart again. Buffett.
Yep,
Yeah, Buffett.
These are people that have made so much money they can't even spend it in the rest of their lifetime. They start giving it away.
Well, here's the thing about that too, Jim, is they give it away, not the government. They set up these foundations. What are they for? They're for them. And I'm going to say this, and I believe this with all my heart, is they set up these foundations so that they don't have to pay the taxes, okay?
Sure.
Which is good.
Right.
I like it.
You got a choice, Bear.
Yeah.
Do you want to pay $3 million in taxes, or to give $3 million away and save the taxes and help a bunch of people doing it?
The second choice.
Yeah. And that's what we're talking about.
Amen.
So this is the compensation plan. This is how it works. Now, what you have to decide is we're not only going to teach you how to make money, but we're going to teach you how to save money. When you do this and you get involved, you become a work-from-home person. You're going to work from home or on your Art spends most of his time working where, guys?
At home.
Nope.
Restaurants,
yeah.
Restaurants. And what does he do at restaurants?
Markets. He listens to other people.
He eavesdrops. And anytime somebody talks about money, he said, I can help. I couldn't help but hear you talking about needing a new car. I can help you get one. If I could show you how to get a new car for about $200, would you be interested?
Sure.
Yeah, Eric just looked at me like, you got to be kidding. Okay? Yeah, we can do that. So, but when it comes to taxes, when you get a job, what does the government take out of your check?
Taxes.
Taxes. Well, how would you like to take and have less taken out of your check? Some people say, I don't have the money to get started. Yeah, you do. If you've got a job, you do. Just go to work and change your withholding and have them take out less money. You can become a part of our co-op, a part of our shared economy, and work together as a team. We'll show you how to save $2,000 to $10,000 a year in just taxes. It's your money. You're earning it. You need to learn how to keep more of it. That's what philanthropists do. They use it to give to other people who want help, who have a need. And we're going to teach you how to do that. So we've got 45 videos that you're going to get as a part of your training class. When you join, you're going to receive more than it even costs to join. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to give you a book. You're wanting to know about Bitcoin. Okay, you go to that website, and you're going to be able to download our 59-page book on cryptocurrency. That book is going to tell you what cryptocurrency is, how it got started, where it's going, where it is now, and all the things you want to know about cryptocurrency. We're going to teach you how to leverage it and turn it into more money without the risk. All right, question time. Do I have any questions? There's one question you haven't asked, okay? You have a question? Okay. There's one question you haven't asked that we haven't talked about yet, and that is, how do you get paid and when? Would you like to know the answer to that? If you join today and you go out and you invite 2 people, you are going to receive your money immediately into your electronic wallet. And you can have it tied to your credit card so you can pay off your debt. That's what I do with mine. I have mine go from my electronic wallet out of Bitcoin into my Visa card, and then I use it. And you can use it to get out of debt, or you can use it for your costs, whatever it is you want to use it for. That's what we do, and that's how it works. So what you have to decide is this something that you like to do? All you need to do is get a hold of the person that showed this to you, go to the website, join, and then say, okay, show me how to do this. And if you want to kick the tires and say, can I do this without spending any money? Yes, you can. Invite somebody else first, and then the money that they pay, all right, I will give back to you so you can join underneath of them. That's not the best way to do it. Okay, it's best for you to join and put them on your team. All right, but it is a way that you can get started without any money out of your pocket. So, Eric, thanks for being with us and making this video with us. Bear, Marcos, thanks for pitching in. I'm going to turn the recording off, and then we can answer any questions that you have. All right?
Okay, great.